Oakland Raiders. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. On first down, Carr flushed out right. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And they're able to get this one across the 35. An early statement on the game's first play. 18 yards and a first down. Carr now on first down. And this one complete to Jermaine Gresham. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Over the middle here to Brown. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Well, I don't mean to jump in on you, partner, but they didn't waste any time getting downfield, did they? I mean, a nice big play there.
3 plays, 3 successful plays in plus territory. Now this defense on its heels a bit.
It seems like they had something targeted there, doesn't it? It's like, okay, we've got a matchup we like coming right out of the gate. Let's go ahead and get right to it.
Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll be a second down. This is Jalen Richard, the 4th-year man from Southern Miss. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Jalen Richard, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Raiders drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Dawson able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, it's Dawson on to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike. Silver.
And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Here's Dalvin Cook, 3rd year back from Florida State. And he'll push forward for about 4 up to the 23.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Hey, receiver. John. Mike's 59. It's just me and you.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Cousins. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
On third down, Cousins. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
He'll get 3 up to midfield.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now, we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
That one, a first down pickup of 8. Carl come up here with a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. Here's a give to Crowell. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit. Thank you.
That is caught by Brown. Touchdown, Raiders. Antonio Brown, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Raiders add on to their lead. Dawson tacks on the point after, and it's now 14-0. After the touchdown, it's Dawson on to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. And now out comes Minnesota. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script
into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Vontaze Burfict. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
Mackenzie Alexander in on the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And now this pass brought in by Brown. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 12 yards there and a first down. How about the first quarter he's putting together out wide? Pretty impressive.
I think that he likes the fact that
and he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Antonio Brown. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead. Dawson able to connect on the extra point. And that makes the score 21-0. After the touchdown, it's Dawson on to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
And he takes it all the way down to the 32. A big play there out of Cook. 45 yards. 21-0 our score after 1. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Cook. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
On second down, Cook. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
I remember the first time I saw Dalvin Cook play in college. I was watching him on TV, called a scouting friend of mine and said, "Who is this guy? He's special." And he said, "Dude, you're watching a home run hitter on the field."
Yeah, he was special in Tallahassee. Left Florida State their all-time leader in rushing yards and touchdowns. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Herb Smith Jr. with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. A reminder, coming up later tonight, a lot of buzz about this game. The Browns, they've been doing some travel. Back-to-back primetime games for them. Monday night they were in New York. Now the Browns head to Los Angeles to take on the NFC champs, Browns and Rams. An 8:20 kickoff Eastern time, 5:20 in California. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down. Talk about a big first half. Already has the 2 touchdowns, adding to his receiving total there, picking up the first down.
He's coming off the line so fast. I think he's intimidating the defensive backs with his explosiveness, and he's chipping away at their confidence.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. On second down, Richard lost it.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
At their own 8-yard line.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
It was Maurice Hurst who got him down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know they're securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Carl Joseph. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half. And you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest. We're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series? That is caught by Brown. Touchdown, Raiders. Third touchdown pass now for Derek Carr. And the Raiders add on to their lead. And Brown only 5'10", but that doesn't mean he can't make spectacular one-handed grabs like that.
He does it all, doesn't he? No matter what you do with Antonio Brown trying to cover him, he finds a way to uncover even late in a route, and a one-handed catch is one way that he does it. Goes up, spears the football, hauls it in. Absolutely amazing. How much strength does that take? And you mentioned it, 5'10", the guys catch it one-handed don't have to be 6'3" or more. They can be Antonio Brown's height if they work at it.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Throwing, Cousins. And the Raiders have got him. Cleveland Farrell brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career. To throw it is Cousins. Lets it fly for Thielen. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Carl Joseph, and they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half,
it's caught at the 10. A big play that time for the Raiders. 49 yards. What a first half this has been offensively. I mean, defensively, what do you do when you're getting torched like this?
You know, these receivers are absolutely wearing them out. So 2 thoughts come to mind. 1, get some oxygen to fill up your lungs a little bit. And number 2, talk to your guys up front. You need a pass rush to help slow them down.
And the Raiders are in for 6. Touchdown. Derek Carr on his way to a historic performance. 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead. Dawson tacks on the point after. And the route is on here in this first half. After the touchdown, it's Dawson on to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up 1st and 10. They start the drive with Cook. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A very solid gain of 27.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. They go play action. Cousins. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty is a result of that hit there.
A bad time for a roughing penalty. And they get the gift of a 1st and 10. Cook following the penalty. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. They'll try to throw now. Cousins. This will be caught just inside the 10. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. The last catch took them 2 yards in the wrong direction, so now what can they do on 3rd? They'll run it. Here's Cook. And Cook was fighting for it, but I don't think he got there. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Mike Zimmer's made his decision, and that decision is to try and go for this thing on fourth down.
Check, check. Lucky.
Cousins to throw for it on fourth. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. The Vikings unable to convert here on fourth. And the Raider D, they get the football back. Just 11 seconds to go in the half as they have it 1st and 10. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. The final shot here before half for Carr. He's going deep for Brown. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. Starting the third quarter with Cook. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
Play fake. Cousins. Over the middle, he's got Treadwell. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 16 yards, a 1st down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball in the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Vontez Burfict, the one to get him down.
Not much happening there on 1st down.
Thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. The intended receiver was Laquan Treadwell, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Got one. I got one. No. Off. 300.
To throw, Cousins. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. From his linebacker's spot, Vontez Burfict with a sack.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. But he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Now on 4th down, they throw the deep ball, but it winds up to be incomplete.
No game on this defense. No game.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Dancing to his left. And he slides to avoid the hit. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
There goes a deep ball. And it'll be intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. But they needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break, taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Cousins. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took enough.
Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. And the Raiders are in for 6. Touchdown. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. Cousins gives way to Cook, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. They run it again with Cook. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
Loss of a yard. It's now 3rd and 13.
50, Mike, 50. He's tired of me.
Gun.
He's tired of us.
50's the mic. 50's the mic.
Now Cousins. And that is incomplete.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. With it is Brown. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They begin with a run by Crowell. They find some open field here. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one good for 37 yards.
Well, partner, I have to say they called him in the right defense there. Nickel set. 5th defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Stephen Weatherly just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down.
And there's a man they call AB, always a volume receiver. He gobbles up catches. Holds the number 2 and number 4 spots for most receptions in a season in NFL history. And in 2015, just 7 catches shy of setting the single-season mark for most receptions, currently held by Marvin Harrison, a Hall of Famer.
They had 136 catches that year on the heels of 129 the season before. Dawson's kick is up and through. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Let's go, D. Tighten up. Let's go, D. Tighten up.
1st down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? He moved from your former position senior year, strong safety.
Yeah, sometimes they get you up near the line of scrimmage or you're trying to time up a blitz. You've got to get it right, otherwise that flag comes out and you just cost your team some yardage.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Again, it's Cook. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That good for 22 and a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
A first down throw for Cousins. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. The tackle made by Nicholas Morrow.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Big stop, big stop.
First and 10 at the 27.
Gun. You got to get moving, man. Man, move it. You got to get that. Good route here. Hey, check. Mike 50.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
3rd down, Dalvin Cook. Cook with a first down and much more. And he gets it all the way down to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, sometimes, Brandon, there's just not a secret to how things get done. He's been running well all game long, and they continue to rely on him in this key situation.
They told us they were going to rely on him. They have. He comes through there, a big 3rd down conversion. On 2nd and goal, Cousins. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. And the Raiders pick it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Holding on to the football becoming a little bit of an issue. He had 2 fumbles last week, remember.
I played for a guy that used to talk all the time about creating turbulence in the pocket, making the quarterback jumpy, make him antsy, keep getting after him a little bit, and make sure he thinks about holding on to the ball because you're going after him.
Back to the ground. This time it's Martin. Holton Hill, the one there to bring him down.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
On the ground, Richard. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 7 yards there and a first down. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here. 1st and 10. This is Richard. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. This offense has had a lot to like in this game. I don't know that that last play, though, is going to make the highlight reel.
It's not going to make the highlight reel, but it will be the focus of the film session that the team has to sit through. I've sat through those before. Never any fun. You're always excited about your good plays, and they actually fast forward through those. All right, that was good. All right, great. They get to the bad ones and really illuminate them. Not cool.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Carr on target to AB. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 11 yards there, just like last play. His big game continues. Already has the 3 touchdown grabs, tacking on some more yardage and a first down.
And how precise has his route running been in this game? We just saw him get open yet again. And he's also made adjustments as the defense has tried to really stop him.
17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
First down, Raiders.
First down, here's the run with Martin. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving.